Hey, besties. Let's throw some shade, honey. You ready to get into it? The intro comes on, and Stormy and Courtney has been replaced by Trisha and Ken. Trisha with the blonde hair. Wow. Stormy, they really have left. They didn't even say goodbye. Welcome, besties. You are now behind the shade, and thanks for joining me. I recap your favorite reality shows. Now let's get into some Kiki, honey. Love and Marriage Huntsville. This is season 9, episode 5, Big Dis Energy. Do we like the title of this episode? I don't. I wish they would have kept it Big D Energy. Just give it up. Give it to Destiny. Stop half stepping. Give her a title of the show. She was the host of the event. Give it to her. Okay? Besties, how would you rate this week's episode? I gave it a 9. A solid 9. You can drop down in the comments and let me know if you like the title Big Dis Energy. Do you like my title Big D Energy, or do you have another title? Let me know what you rate this week's episode, and don't forget to like the video and make sure you subscribe to the channel. Ciao. Destiny needs to stop. That is a storage, girl. That is not no production warehouse or whatever you called it last week. You got a lease for a storage. Then you're going to try to make it look like you in some kind of solar suite with other entrepreneurs in small spaces, talking about this is the new way we doing things. Girl, that is a storage unit. Do you even have outlets in there? Is there any place? Do you have a sink, running water, a towel bar? If you're going to be in there mixing body butters, you need to be able to wash your hands and dry your hands. We already know you probably do white labeling from Alibaba. So you got this space because all you need is a table and an address, a label maker. You're going to get your packages delivered. You're going to go in your unit and you're going to stuff envelopes. That's it. That's all. Baby steps, but kudos to Destiny. But don't lie to us. We're not stupid. We're not stupid. So Destiny is going to create body mist, body butters, candles, linen sprays, and her Big D Energy unisex fragrance. Okay, fine. So Destiny talks about how she was arrested a few days before Maurice for forgery. So we already know that Destiny was arrested because she was getting her utility bills in her ex's name and he pressed charges. Um, Real cute, Destiny. Martell says he was not convicted for harassing communications. Okay. He says it looked like he was convicted, but that's fake news. Well, Martell, you're a liar too, because we know you were convicted. Melody had plenty of proof of your harassing communications. It's a thing. Stop it. And then he gonna say later on, he know they gonna drop it. Well, what are you talking about? You said it was fake news. Drop what? Who the people be lying and then lying on themselves? Okay. So he has not heard from the guys. He has no support from the Scott brothers. And he can't believe that Marceau spoke on him in an interview. So they flash back to Marceau being interviewed by Dustin Ross on Carlos King's YouTube channel. And I remember checking that interview out because, of course, it was like, ooh, wow, it was on and popping back then, right? Everything was so fresh. And all the court cases and the Melody and the Martell and that, it was just interesting. Was that early this year? Yeah, right? Or was it? That was early this year, correct? I believe so. Last year, whatever. So Destiny says she wants to get everybody together. Girl, okay. Cool. Kimmy goes over to Melody's house, to work out with her trainer. She tells us that her lungs are not 100% yet. And so she kind of struggles with her workouts. So she goes over. Melody gives her a Melometer shirt to work out in, and Melody is excited. Melody asks Kimmy, how does she feel after the trip? And so Kimmy was like, I had a good time. After all, it was a good trip. Like she told you 2 or 3 times, Melody, how it was a good trip. She told you in the pool and she told you at the white party. So she said, people talked it out and they got things resolved. Well, Mel says Destiny apologized in St. Thomas, but she came home and just spread lies and threw jabs at her in interviews. Melody says she hasn't even talked about Destiny, and they haven't even talked either since they've been home. So Kimmy is like, well, what has she been saying about you? And Mel says, she said, I'm a bad friend and I'm not true. Melody says Destiny acts like Tisha before they became better. Then Mel wants to know how Kimmy feels after Mo's DUI. Child, you already know Kimmy is not finna talk about that. You already know. Kimmy says she's great. She gonna stick by her man, and she says she gonna let this court thing play itself out. So Melody was like, well, did this take an emotional toll on you? And so, Kimmy kind of vaguely, at that small window of time, yeah, but and then I knew what happened, I'm fine. And so here goes Melody. Was it in the middle of the day? What kind of question is that? Does it matter when it okay, maybe she's trying to figure out where was he coming from? Right. They try to make a story out of it because he got arrested. Like, what about it was the report came out like at 1 in the afternoon or 12 in the afternoon. So it seems like, okay, you left the club. Where were you at between the wee hours and the early afternoon? Got it. But baby, that's not how that works. It's jail. They don't do nothing fast. He probably been there for hours and they finally booked him at 1 o'clock. We know Melly has never been arrested, and that's a good thing. So Kimmy's response was, there's no comment for me to have. So Melly says, okay, so that's a yes. It was in the middle of the day. She said, no, it's not. Don't put words in my mouth. Shoot, what's wrong with you? She said, what's out is out. It's public knowledge. He was arrested, and that's public knowledge. Melody wants the tea, honey, and there was no tea to have. Okay. So Melody says in her confessional that folks will talk about her business, but they won't talk about theirs. Okay. So then Tisha and her heels visits Marceau at a house development. He always building a house. Whose house is this now, Marceau? What happened to the last house and the one before that? What is going on? Y'all always fake working, but go ahead. So they're building a modern home in the middle of some place in North Huntsville. Tisha wants to market the home in the community by sending out introduction letters to let the neighbors know what they're building. Marceau does not agree with this because he said folks is going to eventually start complaining and ain't nobody got time for that. And so she was like, well, I want to do it. And he said, I just wish you would not give these people a voice. And Tisha feels like, well, I want the community to feel involved in the planning. So Marceau is like, okay, well, when, it hits the fan, I'm going to be looking at you like I told you so. So then Tisha asked Marceau, has he talked to Martell? Marceau like, no. And, he said social media is going in on him. And so she's telling him, why don't you reach out to show that you care? Marceau says their relationship has ran its course and it is what it is. So then Tisha asked, have you talked to your brother? He was like, yeah. Looking at her like, why you asking about me talking to my brother? Like, yeah. You asked about that DUI, but Marceau gives it a little fancy now. He puts the letters together. So he like, I can't remember what he said, but it was like, you talking about the DU? The Dewey? was it called the Dewey or something? And so she's like, yeah. He said, well, he came to black the next day. So, duh, he got out. That's his frame of mind, the way he talks to Tisha. And so he's like, there's nothing I could say to him that he don't already know. Maurice is smart and he knows he needs to make better decisions. Like, what you want me to say to him? So Martell tells Tisha that she has an attitude because she said, okay. And she said, no, I don't have an attitude. He said, yes, you do. Marcel, you want her to be mad at you. Like, what is that for? You want her to be mad at you so you don't come home tonight? You trying to start a fight? Or no, I get it. She didn't told you what to do too many times and she's not doing what you want her to do. So you are doing that old man thing. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Marceau is used to Tisha being a Stepford wife, and she's not anymore. So then he tells her, you think after 45 years, it seemed like you're trying to tell me how to be a brother to my brother. Oh my God, Marceau, would you just knock it off? Like, why are you picking on Tisha? And Tisha, shut him down. Like, walk away. Like, Marcel is so misogynistic. Like, golly, grow up and come into the 21st century, bruh. That old Tisha is gone. She's not coming back. Goodness gracious. So Kimmy meets Destiny at the trophy shop. Destiny, you are killing me, girl. Where are you getting this extra money from? So she's hosting the adult field day. So she wants to give the trophies for the winners of the games. And so to break the ice, this is to get everybody back together and back on track again. Girl, okay. So they're going to play dodgeball, musical chairs, tug of war, and then they're going to have the Big D combo. Now, woo, okay. Kimmy says, now that's where we going to get in trouble. Exactly. Destiny wants a little trouble. So it tells her, what Mel, and then so Kimmy tells Destiny what Mel told her about Destiny doing these interviews and throwing jabs. Destiny said, was I throwing jabs or was I telling the truth? Don't get Destiny started. That wordsmith will have you feeling so little. So she says, I didn't mean nothing by it. Sure. Okay. Sure. So then she asked Kimmy, can you call her? Kimmy is looking like, what? So Destiny says, I don't have her number. Kimmy is like, BITCH. I don't want to be involved in this. So Destiny is like, call her. So Kimmy calls her. And the call goes straight to voicemail. Destiny says, blocked. And then she asked Kimmy, did you say something in the interview too? Kimmy said, I have done nothing. I'm not blocked. So then Destiny says, okay, I'll send you a flyer with all the information on it and you can send it to Melody. Cool, bet. Well, how's Maurice? He's great, girl. Kimmy ain't finna say nothing to y'all about her man. He's great. So Destiny was like, well, I text you when it happened. And so Kimmy was like, yeah, so did Martell. Matter of fact, y'all the only two that reached out and showed your love for him. And so in Kimmy's confessional, she was just saying how they were the only two that checked on Mark Reese and how other people just had something to say. They took it to social media. And it's like, well, Kimmy, Maurice was being bad before this happened. He was going on YouTube, attacking content creators, striking their channels, sending cease and desist letters, threatening them for lawsuits. I mean, Maurice was busy. And baby, it didn't take long before his DUI. Them content creators was cracking up, having a field day that Memorial Day weekend. I tuned in because I didn't have my channel yet. And when that happened, I was thinking of starting my channel and I stopped because I had to think about it. Oh my goodness, I don't want to get striked. And I decided to go ahead and do it. But honey, I had a field day listening to them girls. They was going in on Maurice. So anyway, Kimmy, people don't like him. Okay. So let it go. So all she said was she just wanted folks to just call him and say what's up. Girl, please. You know Maurice wasn't even going to answer the phone. So it's Big D field day. It's time to play, honey. Destiny is the cute referee. Tisha shows up first. She said she thought everybody was good in a good space, and Destiny explained more about that. And then Tisha said Martell talked so bad about her and Marceau, and she says she's just tired of going back and forth and says he needs to grow up, he needs to change, and all that. So then Maurice comes, then Marceau, then the Fletchers, then Lance comes to hang out with Destiny. Nell, his mother, didn't even know he was coming, calling him Big D Energy and teasing them. And then she turns around and tells Marceau that they are dangerous meets crazy. And then Destiny, who's dangerous? Who's dangerous? And Nell looked at them and said, Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Ah, oop, well, here comes Martell, honey. I guess we can play games. In Marceau's confessional, he says he no longer values his relationship with Martell. Uh-oh. Because of who he is. Tisha doesn't even want to hug Martell, but she give him a half a hug. Martell says the main one who always got problems is with somebody ain't even here. Destiny, y'all. Who? Really, Destiny? What you think he was gonna say? Coleslaw? Melody? And I'm like, well, she don't like filming with you, Martell. She wasn't coming. She ain't even talking to Destiny. But she was invited. Martell tries to make a joke that half of them have been arrested by the way they're standing. It's Lance, Destiny, him, and Martell. Wait, it's Lance, Destiny, and him. Who else? Anyway, so what I heard, and then what I heard, and then what I heard Marceau has been arrested before. Yes, Mr. Marceau has a mug shot. And I heard that Tisha has been arrested 3 times also. So, baby, everybody at this little game has been arrested except for the Fletchers and Kimmy. Wow. Just wow. Oh, Lance, Destiny, him, and Maurice. That's what was I was supposed to write was Maurice's name. But we could add Marceau and Kimmy, not Kimmy, Marceau and Tisha to that. So Kimmy came late and she said she tried to reach out to Melody a few times and there was no response. Are we shocked? No. So they played musical chairs and it looked fun. But baby Marceau wanted to get out of that game first, honey. He had got a hot flash. He was like, he can't be ripping and running in this 200-degree weather trying to get no seats. So he was like, I got to stop all this running because I'm winning for nothing. So Maurice wins. So Martell gonna say, oh, musical chairs, winning musical chairs. That's like little D energy. So the Destiny says, well, then you should have won in. Good one, Good one, Destiny. So then his response was, just because your new boyfriend is here, don't talk about what we you know what I'm talking about. What? Martell and Destiny, come here. Come here. The both of you. Y'all got something to tell us? Because don't let this secret come out in 4 or 5 seasons from now because I don't think y'all gonna last that long. So Martell, if you got something to tell us about you and Destiny, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and say something because you have been alluding to this a while. Then what y'all think, besties? What do y'all think? Do y'all think Martell and Destiny have what y'all think? Hmm. So then Dusty gonna say, "What are you saying, you hater?" So in Martell's confessional, he's like, I'm happy for her. If she got somebody that make her happy, I'm happy because I don't care. Today it'll be Lance, and then tomorrow it'll be Moses. What, child? Tomorrow, yesterday, and next week gonna be Moses. Hush. And he said he don't care because he cool with it. She cool with it. He cool with it. You happy? He happy. Yeah, that sound like somebody bitter. That sound like an old bitter man. So the women win the tug of war game, and Martell hits nail on her wrist with the ball playing dodgeball. She slipped up and called him a bia, but she didn't mean it. So in her confessional, Chris gonna say, "Okay, Stormy." Nail. Did you call Martell a bit beep? Nail. You are supposed to be the OG. You the mentor and the counselor. You're not supposed to be doing that. So Kimmy wins the dodgeball game. They flash back to all the wins that Kimmy and Maurice have had. Wherever they went to play, they won all the games. Good. Keep it up. Let's get a trophy for not giving Destiny the F-boy energy. And now it's time for the Big D combo. Oh God, you guys get ready for this, honey. So Martell says, "Oh no, cause how y'all finna be? Cause now y'all finna be fighting. Y'all? You mean you finna be fighting? Who is y'all?" So Martell, who has hurt you the most here, and how can you fix it? Was the first question. He was beating around the bush, child. Blah, 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 something about something, blah, blah, something about something. I don't know what I'm talking about, but the next question. And Destiny asked, "Didn't you say you felt a way about an interview?" Because you beating around the bush. She trying to get to the point. He was like, "Oh, I don't. Oh, you talk about Marceau. So what did you say?" "Me losing respect for you for the whole revenge P thing." "Where did that come from? Because I didn't get arrested for that." "Oh, well, I answered a question and it was about the revenge P, and that made me lose respect for you." "Well, I was arrested for harassing communications. We supposed to be boys. Why would you even touch on that?" Marceau says, "Simmer down, because you have tell all interviews." Ooh, the revenge P included you sending pictures, and that's what made me lose respect. Honey, Marceau gonna ride for his baby boo Melody. But that's not true. Well, I assumed it was true. So how do you feel about it now? I don't believe Martell. Ooh. So you gonna say that I've been a liar over all these years of our experiences we didn't have? Yeah. Well, name something. You said I slept with 20 women. No, 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 no. Martell said I can guarantee that you slept with 20 women since you've been married. That's a lie. I can bet $50,000 it ain't a lie. Show it. Ooh, baby, did Marceau just call Martell broke? Boo, you ain't got $50,000. If you have it to bet on, go get it. Instead of going to your car to get your phone, go get $50,000, baby. Martell says he knows several women that Marceau's been with. And he said, "And why don't you stop talking about my beep, my stuff. Stop talking about my stuff, bruh." And Martell's confessional, he says, "You gonna lose respect for me. It got to be something deeper than just this, than what we talking about." Marceau, he was like, "You say a lot." He said, "You got a lot to say in all of your interviews. Every time you open your mouth to say something about Marceau, he gonna talk about Martell." Ooh. Marcel knows about Martell, and Martell ain't gonna like that. Ooh, I'm gonna talk about Martell, his family, what's going on, all his stuff, his text messages about his girl. Who is his girl? Who his girl is messing with? What girl? I've been single for 4 or 5 years. I'll go get my phone. You bring yours out. And then Martell goes to his truck to get his phone. And Nell is like, oh my goodness, what's about to happen? Oh my God. And child, while this is going on, Kimmy over there, why did production put the camera on Kimmy? Kimmy over there not breathing. You know, her lungs ain't all the way, but ain't 100%. So they probably about to collapse any minute. She don't want nothing. Everybody is quiet because they don't want this to jump on them. Because, honey, you can say what you want about Martell, but he know bro code and he got the bones buried and he getting ready to unleash them. Trust and believe. You can say what you want because you don't like him, but baby, Martell been sitting on this for a long time because I think that he thought maybe Melody was going to bring it out. And so now the gloves are off. It's just like the gloves are off. Whew, baby. And I'm like, is next week gonna be the last show? Like, I just feel the end of this show coming very quickly. I just feel it's coming to an end. It ain't gonna be nothing else to do when Martell tell everybody business. It ain't gonna be nothing to do. So he said, I'll go get my phone, you bring yours out. He go get his phone, he come back. Take your phone out. I bet Tisha is gonna stand on what she doesn't want to accept in her marriage. I was like, no, he did not just read Tisha. No, he did not. He said, bring it out. And I know Tisha gonna stand on what she don't want to accept in her marriage. So now Tisha is like, rah, rah, show it, don't hold it over my head, show it, what you got to say. Martell says the only reason why he hasn't shown it is because he respects their marriage. They was like, you do not, you don't respect our marriage. And so Martell said, if you lose respect for me, I'm losing respect for you. Marceau says, I don't have respect for you. Oh, not losing respect, bruh. I don't have it. I've been lost it. So show it. Do what you got to do. And then Martell says, and if I was you, I would want to see it too. And baby, that was the end of that episode. I want to know what we about to see. And you know, I was reading some comments. And a lot of people don't think Martell got nothing to show. He all talk. Marceau is the MVP. Blah, blah, blah. But did you hear? So you know a fire episode like this gonna have you watching the previews for next week. The previews next week, oh my goodness, he gonna go ahead and just tell it like it is. Tisha just slept with one of his homeboys. Huh. And Marcel, you sitting here trying to call Martell's bluff, but what about that time y'all went somewhere with the hotel and the pictures with the women and Coleslaw was there taking pictures? Child, they got receipts. Trust and believe. Martell has receipts, and he know boy code. Martell calls Marcel a BAN. I was like, oh my goodness. I mean, it's about to go down next week. But besties, you let me know what your comments are. Drop down in the comment section and talk to me. I'll talk back. And I'll see you in the next video. I guess the next video will be Real Housewives of Potomac. All right, besties. I'll holla. Bye, besties.